One of the hardest bands in the game and owner of the best t-shirt you will see on this stream today. It's Brian Garris of Knock Loose, everybody! Brian, back on the road. How's the last month been? It's looked chaos from literally every bit of YouTube clip, Instagram, Twitter clips I've seen from the shows back. It looks like you're creating mayhem out there.
Yeah, it's been fucking sick. It's great. Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shit show here.
You can say shit.
His name is literally Balls.
That's true. Yeah. That's not a curse. Balls are not a curse.
The second word that I said was a cuss word. So.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing. Yeah, like, it's been so cool. There was some, like, nervousness going back into it, but we tried really hard to think about, like, what our best case scenario would be coming back, and we were like, let's just do small rooms, no barricades, like friends, bands, and just like make it
a real hardcore show.
Yeah, like as crazy.
I feel like
as
that sounds like a dream. I feel like when you grow past a certain point, I remember just first starting and we would just play these VFWs and it'd be super fucking awesome and cool. And then you get to these stages, like, not to knock these stages, but the closest fan is fucking 45 feet away. So it's like a weird disconnect. So it's like one of those things you're just like, man, I just want to fucking see. I want to see somebody get punched in the face.
I don't know if it was just the fact that it was a home state show, but seeing you lot at Louder Than Life, a couple of years more touring experience, do you feel like you can create that level of like straight up whites in the eyes, that kind of extreme nature at things of a bigger thing like this?
It's definitely like a challenge to it, but I really enjoy the challenge. I feel like it's like learning how to navigate different crowds and atmospheres, and like that's a perfect example where it's like when we're at something like this, the goal is to make you feel like you're trapped in a small room.
Fuck yeah.
So
absolutely.
like if you can give that level of intensity or that level of like just like adrenaline, but in this atmosphere, to me, that's like a huge success.
That's definitely a home run. I mean, I feel like Katie says you're a nice person, which is, it's so funny. It's like she's like he's so nice, but then you look at it on stage, it's like
holy shit.
Yeah.
Rip each other's throats out, motherfuckers! Yeah.
No, I was lucky enough. I got to see you on Monday night in Los Angeles at a venue that I've never heard about before because it was a little warehouse type room.
Yeah.
Saw some people get punched in the face. It was fucking awesome.
Sick.
And that was the first time I got to meet you, but I was stoked that I got to be there and see everybody go pretty crazy. But I want to know what the fuck is going on with this I Am With You Now, because you guys deleted everything off social media. You're teasing what I can only assume is a new song. Is there anything that you can tell us?
There's nothing that I can tell you.
Well, the thing is, like, so our show, no one watches it, so don't be afraid to tell anybody anything.
Nobody's watching.
Brian,
You're
that
fine.
is a barefaced lie. I'm not going to let you stand in that bear trap.
Well,
I will say that I wish so badly that I could tell you all what's going on.
Hey,
So
that's honestly that's what you just told us. I mean, obviously there's something coming. We got it out of you. That's all we need.
Oh well,
You're just teasing
there's
us.
something going on. I'm not saying what it is.
I like the fact that the font, this is really nerdy as shit, but the font suggests that heaviness is here to stay. One of the biggest things that was the first time hearing A Different Shade of Blue was not only had you had success on laugh tracks, but you came back harder and heavier. Does that seem to be the continuous vibe? Because seeing Code Orange at things like this and seeing what's slowly happening to bands like Jesus Piece and Year of the Knife, it feels like the whole scene is becoming more prominent without kind of softening the edges.
Yeah, I will say, like, whether it's new music or whatever it may be, we will never not be heavy.
Knocked Loose will never be a soft band.
Yeah.
I think all of us
I mean,
can
I would love some Garth Brooks covers. Like, just pump them out.
Make it hardcore!
But no, I mean, to be honest, I always say this, and Bobby's not here, so I can't get yelled at. I was in a band. And
Drink!
Hey, take a shot!
Drink!
Take a shot. They give me shit because I say I was in a band. But I was in a band called Motionless in White, which you guys have played with a bunch.
Big fan of.
I remember when we first heard of you guys, and every day before our show, we'd put on your record and just be just like, all right, that's what would get us pumped up every day before we went on stage when I was in the band. And it was like, there was nobody that touched you guys. Nobody, like, because it has a nice modern feel, and it has that throwback feel, like, meshed together. And it made us all so happy because we're huge fans of, like, Poison the Well and fucking you
Yeah.
know, Hate Brit and all this like older shit. But then like you guys brought it into the fucking the new age and just made it like amazing. So every day we would just be like, this is, and it never got old. That was the best part about your record. All your records is it doesn't get fucking old. Like I cannot wait to just be out there and just go, arr, arr, and just
Everybody
punch me in the face.
Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
What do you listen to get that pumped? Because you're in a Garth Brooks shirt, and I can't imagine you and the Thunder Rolls before.
That's amazing.
He's a big fan of Gojira.
Before-
I know that because
before
he's going on
massacring
tour with
people.
Gojira next week.
I am a big fan of Gojira.
Love
It
that.
really just depends on my mood. Like, country, definitely, I love it, but it definitely doesn't get me pumped
In the
up.
mood.
Yeah. A lot of rap, a lot of just like heavy. I don't know. It just depends, really.
A little
A
bit
lot
of
of the times
everything.
it's just watching the bands we're on tour with.
Fuck yeah.
Like watching the sets before us will like get me in the zone.
Love that.
The interaction. That makes
Like
sense.
that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the most significant things of the last few weeks has been the release of Dying Wishes record. And Emma being on your album basically got everyone going, what the fuck is that? Has it been really cool to see what's happened to Dying Wish in the last week? They released their record last week. It's felt like everyone's talking about that band, and that closeness between Knock Loose and Dying Wish is there for all to see.
Yeah, it has been really sick. It's awesome that like people are starting to realize like how fucking cool that band is. They definitely don't want to take any of the credit for like them popping off right now because they're a very hardworking band, and I definitely think that they like deserve all of this attention. But I am glad that I got to like play a small part in their first full length, which was cool. It was funny because that song was a single, so I recorded that part like well over a year ago, and then they re-recorded it for their album, and they made it barely slower. So they were like, hey, we need you to re-record this. I was like, oh, just use the old. And they were like, well, we can't. It's like barely slower. I was like, oh. Okay.
Perfectionists, man.
All
I'd have been like, fuck, just
Still-
slow it down.
Still super cool
Yeah.
opportunity. Have you seen Gojira live yourself?
At Knotfest on this tour was the first time I'd ever seen them.
Hell yeah.
I remember one time we played so the Electric Factory in Philly, and it's next door to the Voltage Lounge. We played the Voltage Lounge, and Gojira played the Electric Factory. And I remember they were letting us in with our passes if we wanted to go see their show. And I had never listened to them. So someone just outside that didn't have a ticket, I just gave them my pass and was like, go watch their show. And I regret it so much.
Hey, he is nice.
I told you!
Is that not the perfect place to end to one? Oh, you've gone.
I see the last thing on the thing, and I wanted to talk about it so bad.
Go for it.
Oh, you here? You can.
No, I don't interview. I'm just here for like the
Oh
looks.
no, we were seeing all these photos of the Bernie Sanders rallies and how you guys were on the billboard in the back, and that's just fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't even. I don't know why it happened in 2019. It's so far past, but it's just cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. That was like so Pure Noise surprised us with that billboard in our hometown, and then the next day we were in Nashville and I got that text. It was just like the picture of Bernie Sanders in front of it, and I was just like, holy shit.
I wonder if he went and listened to your band after all of those posts.
That's what I was saying.
And was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I have a friend that like is pretty like well connected in that world, and he was telling, I was like, you know how this stuff works. I was like, I know that he has a team that has to approve that stuff, because they're not going to let him talk in front of a billboard that like what if we were a fucking like piece of shit band?
For real.
They wouldn't have let him like talk in front of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, his team definitely had a moment where they were like blaring Knocked Loose, and they were like, okay, this will work.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's so sick. But also, one more thing. At your show on Monday night, this is so random.
Jesus, Katie.
I'm sorry, this is crazy though.
I have a piece of cake here.
Oh, hey, well, you can eat it. I mean, go for it.
I have my cake
But
here too.
I look over to the side, and I'm like, Chris Cale of Five Finger Death Punch? What the fuck?
That
And
doesn't surprise me at all.
he's a huge hardcore fan, and I was watching the show with him all night, and I've never seen someone more stoked on Knocked Loose. I was shocked he didn't get into the pit. But did you meet him that night? Do you know him?
We met him before that, just from like, he just like comes to our Vegas shows, and I think he had like messaged our drummer or something, and our drummer was like, "Yo, this dude's in Five Finger Death Punch."
Yeah.
So from there, just like when we play Vegas, he comes through. We just like say what's up. We don't know him super well, but we always catch up when we see him. He's like a really nice
Solid
guy.
dude.
He's an angel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like a very like a very real fan of Knocked Loose. He's always been such a huge supporter. It's awesome.
He loves Cane Hill too. He's bringing up like all of the underdogs, bringing them to the top,
Yeah.
and he's here for it. I love it.
Yeah,
Big
definitely.
up Five Finger Death Punch. Go and catch Knocked Loose on tour with Gojira. Brian Garris, thank you for time, man. And we'll soon find out what that bloody new thing is.
Yeah, the new I Am With You Now. Hopefully in the next couple of days we'll just get something.